Hi, my name's Caleb, also known as Belak. I am the founder of Obelisk Protocol, and today I'm going through the tech demo for our new game, Casino Royale. Casino Royale is an RPG, and so essentially we have a Next.js project using TypeScript, of course. Inside of that, we've built a Phaser 3 game. So the Phaser 3 game manages the scenes that we need for our casino. We've got a blackjack room, we've got a rust room or slots room, and we've got a roulette and the home screen as well. So from here, these TypeScript files pull in from JSON files, which are in public somewhere. Which is exactly where I was. And so that's just pulling in these JSON files along with our tile sets. We're not using that one anymore. So these are all our sprites that we use to build our casino. So that side is fairly easy. We have our controls. We've got our desktop controls and our mobile controls with the joysticks and the buttons on the top. So how we are doing our game a little bit differently, or it's kind of standard now, is we build the phaser game, the walk around, the interactions, and the obstacles within Phaser 3, but then we use our UI, HTML, TypeScript elements on top. So we've got our HUD on top, which basically will control all of the settings and some of the Web3 integration, like minting daily tokens, withdrawing, depositing, entering session. That stuff is all fairly straightforward. We've got our purse, which is the deposit and the withdrawal. So the tech stack for how this works is we do have our program. This is my second Anchor program I've ever written. I have done lots of native Rust, and I eventually got sick of the serialization and deserialization. So I'm now fully using Anchor, and I'm absolutely loving it. And it just seems so easy now that I've actually figured out my environment. So essentially, we have player accounts. We have game settings, which allows me to essentially toggle the different settings of these specific games. Mint authority, of course, program chips vault, and the session delegate seed. So when I did the first MVP of this, I was having them sign a transaction every time they started a hand, which bad UI UX. There's no way to scale any type of game doing that. And I personally hated it. I wanted to play 5 hands at once, and I had to sign a transaction for every single one. It was horrible. I probably could have bundled those together. Anyway, what I've done instead is I've built a delegate authority in a game server. I personally don't particularly like this setup because it does require me to have that service running, but I did it anyway. And so essentially I've built it in Rust, because AI and Rust is just so very compatible. And we have our delegate authority. So essentially what this does, it's like a buy-in for any table. When you go to a casino, you put your chips down on the table. You don't put your entire wallet and your ATM card. So you put your chips down on the table, that's your buy-in amount. Once you buy in, you'll sign that initial transaction, and then that will basically go into that delegate or go into that vault, and the delegate authority will control your wins and losses from there. So it manages how much you owe, how much you won, and then once you're finished, you can simply just cash out and get those tokens back into your wallet. I didn't mention, but we are using SPL tokens in the game, just chips. You can get the tokens from a daily claim that's in the smart contract every 24 hours, and you can win them, of course. So it's all based on minting and burning. All tokens that are won are minted, all tokens that are lost are burnt, with I think 5% of any wins and losses going into the treasury. From there, it's fairly simple actually, and it's already working now. Quite pleased with the solution so far. We have something that allows players to buy in and play without having to sign transactions every single hand. Ideally, like, we don't have a game server like this, and I figure out a new solution that doesn't require me to, manage that, but it's blockchain and it's an obvious issue that we're all trying to figure out. But for now, this does exactly what I need to do. Users can come in, they can claim their tokens, they can sit down at a table with the tokens that they want to play with, and they can play. And it's fairly fast, it's very smooth. And we've also put in contingencies if the game crashes, if they close. The game server will still be able to allocate that, so they can go back in there and just, essentially it'll be there in their session no matter what at all times. And they can withdraw that, or they can add more to it, or they can do whatever they want. So tech-wise, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, the code isn't straightforward. Nothing simple about it, but it works flawlessly at the moment. And basically, I'm just building out the rest of the game now. The blackjack, I want to get roulette done, and I just have to finish the slot machine. So that is my tech demo. Please take a look at the pitch deck to learn more about the actual game and gameplay itself and what we have in store. Thank you.